What's up? What's up? What's up, Facebook people? This is your girl LB coming to you with a Sacrifice Saturday edition. We're gonna talk about our legacy, nature versus nurture. Our communities are in distress, and let me flip this around. When you guys see it, it's backwards, so I had to show it to you right quick. So I'm gonna look at you again. It's Saturday. I know everybody's busy, so I was supposed to football practice. I just had a community meeting. We're at the Betsy Coleman Library. Had a community meeting today. Not community meeting, a block club meeting today. But today we want to talk about a couple of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and hope you can't see that. But me and my sister's gonna talk about a subject today. If you guys can see me, oh yeah, come on, you come in, yeah, come on.
We standing up or sitting down?
Now we're gonna stand up. We're gonna
No.
stand up. So I know a lot of people are busy today, but we're going to talk about a subject today, and you guys really can't see it. So we want to talk about continuing a subject about. We're gonna be brief. We're gonna continue our subject about nature versus nurture. From our Monday edition on Best Day Monday. And the reason why we want to talk about that, because this is very important. It's pretty much life or death here in Chicago with our kids and with our community. We have to look at how nature and nurture plays a very important part in our community. And on top of having nature and nurture, because of nature and nurture in our communities, the lack of the nature and the lack of nurture in our community, our communities are extremely distressed. So my sister's going to read what distress means. I'm no longer going to say our communities are impoverished. I'm going to say they are distressed. So go ahead.
All right, you all.
We're going to give you the definition of distress. Our communities are now distressed.
So the definition for distress, it means extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. And some synonym words for distress is relatable to anguish, suffering, pain,
agony,
torment, heartache, heartbreak, and just a few more: misery, grief, sadness, desolation, and unhappiness.
And if you guys look around into our communities are experiencing all of that. So in my post, I said this is Sacrifice Saturday. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we have to get a point when we look at nature, look at nurture, and look at our communities, our distress. So we got nature there, we got nurture there. We need both of these things to have a successful community. But when you put these down, our community are distressed, and all those things list under them. We as a community, a black community, we have to sacrifice. Many times in the black community, and I know we busy. We know we got all our own issues, but we live in these same communities. So we're distressed along with them. So now I'm a person and I have, I'm a well-to-do, educated, well-balanced person. But when I walk out into my impoverished community, I become distressed. It's nature versus nurture versus nature versus nurture. I was born with a mother who was sick and mentally ill, but she gave me the tools I needed to survive and be strong. I'm still strong, but when I'm in my community, I'm not being nurtured. When I walk out my door each and every day, it's killing, it's shooting, it's drugs, uneducation, we're not eating right. So even though I'm fighting against what I came out the womb in a struggling environment with my mom, but because she was sick, she still gave me what I need. So she gave me the tools I need to be strong. But then now I'm in a community that is so distressed that I fight each and every day to be strong, to help the community. It's still that hard struggle and a balance. So as a community, we have to all sacrifice. Everybody, no matter what your education is, no matter what your financial stability is, we have to find a way to sacrifice to do better in our community. You have to sacrifice. Go ahead, Mr. Stetson.
So is it safe to say that if we don't get the proper nourishment to nurture us,
right,
that we're going to continue to be in distress?
Of
so
course.
if we basically had the proper, if we nourished our communities with the proper things that nurture us, such as, like you said, education, academics, good food, etc.
Family, community, bring the
those,
community back together.
Then that
nurture
because our environment is what shapes us
Yes.
and what nurtures us.
Right.
So imagine if we had the proper nourishment and proper things to nurture us, we would be well off. We wouldn't be so distressed
in our community.
In our communities, we would be
Right.
less stressed.
Right.
And I think that's like you said, when you was talking before, we got on camera how we don't have to necessarily be in the neighborhood that we live in.
Right.
It is a sacrifice that we have been making for such a long time, for 15 years plus,
Right.
and that it's because we see that there's a need. You know, we could have left our neighborhood a long time ago, but we need that. We saw that there's a need to actually put proper nurturing into our communities. So that's why I believe we've been sticking around, and we've been constantly trying to figure out ways to give back to our community.
And we're trying to find a way to nurture the
We're trying to find a way.
What the tools that we have.
We're trying to find a way to see what works.
And it doesn't mean that, yes, we are in an impoverished community. We're if you look at the news, you look at the stats, you look what's going on, we're in an impoverished situation. We're in a distressed situation, but it doesn't have to be that way. We determine what we want to be. We determine how our community looks. Right. We determine what's in our community, how it functions, what money is put in the community, what services we get. But we choose not to do it as Black folks, African American, whatever we want to call ourselves. We make the choice collectively. So I'm going to give you the example. If in our community, that's 100 people that live in our community, 10 of these individuals are the drug dealers, the people who are causing crimes, committing, doing all those things. The other 90 people are working class people. So if the other 90 people are working class people, how is it that 10 individuals control the entire community? Look at your community tomorrow when you walk out the door. The majority of people in our distressed communities are working class. The difference is they are now become distressed. The elders who fought the fight with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Jesse Jackson, all the things, they are now distressed. They no longer have the energy to fight, so therefore they allow the small group of individuals who are also distressed cause more problems. So now the working class is distressed, and the people committing the crimes are distressed. Everybody distressed. No matter who you are, you distressed. No matter what your education is, no matter what your academic process is, no matter what you got going on, I'm distressed when I walk out the door because I live in a distressed environment. There's nowhere not to be not distressed when you look around what's going on. But I'm fighting the good fight. My sister fights the good fight. My brother fights the good fight. We are fighting the good fight. Some people are just stagnant. They're just there. They're going to work, they're going to school, they're just there. Mm-hmm. They're not even fighting, they're just there and surviving. That's not happy, that's distress. You are distressed if you're unhappy. Give me them words again. So when you are distressed, you are unhappy.
Anxiety, anxiety, sadness, anguish.
You are distressed when you're in the community. Tormented. Unhappy. Our communities are distressed. I'm distressed when I walk out the door. You're distressed when you walk out the door. Heartache,
sorrow,
grief, all those things. So therefore, we have to make a sacrifice all together. We have to bring money back into our community. We have to make a choice. Now, there are ways that you can do it. Everyone can't do like Lena can do. Everyone can't do like Shante can do. Everyone can't do like my brother Alonzo can do. But you have to give some form of sacrifice to save your community. It has to be done. This is no longer life. This is no longer an option. It's mandatory. It's life or death for our children out there. If you know what they experience, they need us as leaders to stand up like Martin Luther King and them did. We have to stand up in our own community and fight the good fight. So again, I hope this message resonates to people out there that you have to sacrifice. Sacrifice is needed to make our communities turn around. It's everyone. Let me say that again. Everyone has to sacrifice. Our communities are so in distress. And if I can't explain that or say it more than enough, we are in distress. And all of us have to make a sacrifice. It is mandatory.
And I think,
you have to.
And we feed on negativity, because we are in distress. I think we feel like, unconsciously, we feel like we have to remain in distress.
Right.
And that's not the case. We have to fight to get out of it. We have to fight to pull ourselves out
Right.
of it, because if we
We
don't,
fight
we're
here.
fine.
And we
Right,
have
the
to
way-
fight here.
This is our strongest
The mind is powerful.
biological weapon is our mind.
The mind
This
is
the
powerful.
atomic bomb, in my opinion.
The mind is powerful.
It's
We
very
have
powerful.
to make sure our minds are not distressed. Our brains are so distressed. Anytime people walk in the community littered, anytime people don't take care of themselves and be healthy, anytime people do shooting around and shooting up drugs, you have to be distressed.
Yeah.
But the only thing that controls what you do is that brain. So if you don't nourish your brain, if you don't take care of it, we come into this world, nature. Nature determines how we're going to look. Our parents determine how we're going to look. Our fathers, our mother. We're in the womb. But we are nurturing the nature. I take that. We are nurturing what's going on in our bodies by what our parents are eating, what environment share around. When we walk out the door, and the air is polluted because we live in communities that we don't clean up. There's no trees. We don't take care of our landscaping. That's how we catch colds. That's why our children have asthma. That's why we have diabetes and blood pressure, because no one's eating happening on. So now I'm in the womb. All that's going around me, that woman is now taking all that into her body. That's nature.
Right.
Now I'm born into it. So them same things that was in her, that nature, now she's now about to nurture me as a newborn in that same environment. So how is it now you want me to come up out the womb and not be part of my environment? Now again, I was born like this. I'm in the womb. This environment's going on. I'm hearing the cursing. I'm hearing the gunshots. I'm in the womb. I'm hearing the gunshots. I'm hearing the killing. I'm smelling nasty things. The community nasty. I'm not eating healthy. Now I'm coming out the womb. The same things about. So how am I gonna be successful as an individual? You can't. We're in distress.
Yeah, and to add to that, the fact that when you're in the womb and parents are not doing right by their children, they drinking, they're smoking, they're doing drugs.
Yeah, because they distressed.
Based on being distressed,
Right.
but they're feeding. That's going straight to
Right.
the child.
Right.
And when that child comes out, they are they have what you call it? Not inhabit. What's the word? Take on some of those things.
Take on some of them issues.
And it affects them.
Right, and I'm gonna give y'all one last example, and then we'll get out of here. So the other day I was talking to somebody on the phone, and it was 70 degrees outside the other day. I was like, oh my God, I really want to go for a run. They was like, well, go ahead, go for a run. I said, you know what, I can't go for a run. I'm gonna get sick. He said, but no, it's nice outside. I said, you know what?
Right.
If I lived by the lake on the north side in a clean environment, I can go for a run and not get sick. But if I walk out my door in a community that is ravished by littering, dirt, and the yards are not clean, there's no plants around to give me oxygen, I will catch a cold. There are germs in the air when I walk out the door in my community. So I have to hold back. I became distressed because I can't go out on a nice day and enjoy my community because all these things are going to hinder me to get sick. So now I can't work and do all those things I need to do. So again, I'm now in distress. I can't enjoy my community. We take these things small. Y'all think littering ain't important.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm telling y'all think not taking care of your yards and stuff ain't important. Come on now.
It's even important to our health.
Health, asthma, diabetes, all these things. Look, the earth is put here for us to live off of. If we don't take care of it, it's not going to take care of us.
That's true.
Period. The earth is here for us to live off of. If we don't take care of it, how is it supposed to take care of us? How is it supposed to cure disease? How is it supposed to give us oxygen to breathe? I'm going to put y'all up on something. Y'all need to watch that Will Smith, One Big Rock. Come on now. You'll learn a lot from, I think it's called One Big Rock or something like that for Will Smith doing so. But I'm not going to talk because I can be here all day talking, y'all. And it's starting to get hot at the library over here.
My last words would be, let's get busy. Let's labor. Let's do footwork. Do what we can to pour into our communities the proper nourishment so we can be nurtured in its wholeness.
In its wholeness. I'll bring it up.
In its wholeness. We need to be nurtured in its wholeness. So let's go ahead and do what it is that the Creator has called us to do as far as the gifts and the talents that He has blessed us with to pour into our communities the proper nourishment that it needs, so we can be, and the nutrients, the natural, spiritual, all that good stuff, the nutrients that will make us whole and make us less distressed community
people. So let's go back to let me go back here. So our topic today was nature versus nurture. Our communities are distressed. We have to sacrifice. This is Sacrifice Saturday. We have to put in the work. I do a lot of things. I sacrifice a lot. That's my path. That's what God put me here for. This is what God put her here for. But I make a sacrifice. Let's be real clear. Most days I don't want to do the things I want to do. I want to do other things, but I have to fight the good fight. I have to remember what my path is, what my passion is, and what God put me here to do. Everyone don't have the same passion in the fight. Everyone was put here for a different reason, but that doesn't mean you can't sacrifice in some form. That means you may have to sacrifice and donate to somebody. You may have to sacrifice and volunteer to a cause or somebody. It may be sacrificing and talking to a young person today. Do something every day that betters our community. I encourage you.
And I want to say another thing. The reason why we're pushing so hard with this community garden is because we're actually going to be the ones doing the footwork. We're going to actually get out there and do the garden work. So if you don't have the time to help us, you can make a donation, because we actually, it's a lot of things that we're doing. We're mentoring young people. These are things we don't have to be doing. We're mentoring young individuals. We're showing and giving goodwill to our communities, and showing people how to show benevolence and goodwill, and through our Hello campaign. I'm mentoring in the school. What else?
We do a lot of stuff we don't post on Facebook. We do a lot of things we don't post on Facebook, but that comes with time. Sometimes we forget, but we will be, showing more people the things that we do through our nonprofit called Our Legacy. That's why we do the Monday show. We'll do more things like this to be visible. Summertime is coming, so we can't wait to break. The weather's not cooperating with us for the garden, so as soon as it breaks, we're gonna make it happen. So good. We're going to be deuces, peace out, love, respect, and hair grease. And there you go. Yeah. Love, respect, and acknowledgments. We out of here. Peace. Hope you guys have a great Saturday. It's raining outside. I need to go comb my hair. Look, I got a haircut. Need to put some dye in it. All right, deuces, people. I hope you guys got something out of this Facebook Live. Blessings. Do something every day to help your community. Irregardless, you must make a sacrifice. It don't matter. You have to sacrifice for your community. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sacrifice. Like I told my students the other day, I'm going to give you all the tools you need to be successful. Your home life may not be the best. The community may not be the best. But after today, you have no excuses to be successful, because I gave it to you. If you choose to ignore it, it's because you made the choice. I gave you what you need to be successful. I'm going to say it here. I will always give people on social media in my community the tools they need to be successful. It's up to you to take it. If you want to be sacrificed, if you want to help out, you want to support, I'm going to give you all the tools that you need. If you choose to ignore it and move past it, then don't complain. Because I'm going to give everyone what they need to be successful, to help out, to be support. Believe that, because again, I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to give myself excuses. I'm not going to make no excuses. There you go. No more excuses. We know as a people, we've been suffering. And we still gonna suffer, but we have to start somewhere to make it better, so we can get out of this suffering. That's all we have to do. All right, I'll be talking forever. Peace out, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and hope this video helps some people.